Hi, everyone. I'm Nicholas Shabros here to provide you your 2020 year-end review of the Metro Vancouver and Fraser Valley real estate markets. We're just days away from the end of 2020 and the start of a new year. Thank goodness. This past year has felt like 5 years combined. I remember sitting down this time last year organizing my business plan. I had everything ready to go. The I's were dotted, the T's were crossed. I was excited, I was pumped about the start of a new year, a new decade. And then COVID-19 hit in early spring. Well, that business plan got tossed out the window. There's not a person or a business that hasn't been impacted by COVID-19. And this includes the real estate industry. We've seen a lot of surprises this year, both positive and negative. Everything from the Strata insurance issue, to all-time lows in interest rates, to the number of sales, to buyer trends. There's lots to talk about, so let's go. Heading into 2020, one of the bigger real estate related stories had to do with Strata insurance, specifically condominiums. Insurers wanted to increase the premiums so that they could cover any replacement costs should an entire building need to be rebuilt. One of the excuses that they used had to do with natural disasters, such as earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes. Ultimately, condo owners were on the hook for not only higher insurance rates, but also higher strata fees, and some even saw special levies. It wasn't until very recently, now that we're at the end of the year, that insurance companies have agreed to end the practice of what was known as best terms pricing, which meant that premiums were based on the highest bids for insurance. Now, if you're looking to buy or invest in a condo, make sure that you not only do an inspection and review the strata minutes, but review that insurance document as well and take it to your insurance company. If you currently live in a condo, just be careful. More than 70% of damage within a condo or a building is water related. So watch that you don't overflow the sink or the bathtub, otherwise you're going to see higher premiums. When COVID-19 first hit, everything came to a halt. No one really knew what was happening or what the future held, but we did what humans do. We kept going, we adapted. And the same can be said for the real estate market. Now, we were already off to a fairly good start in Metro Vancouver and the Fraser Valley to start the year. But something very strange happened as we were in the midst of a global pandemic. The real estate market kept getting stronger. What caused this? What caused the perfect storm that has led to a seller's market in 2020? 3 things. Number 1, interest rates have remained at all-time lows. Number 2, there's been relatively low supply of inventory. And number 3, there's been pent-up demand from people that had originally wanted to either take an extravagant trip to Europe or Asia this year and wait until purchasing a home until next year or the year after. Well, they haven't been able to go anywhere, and they have this money sitting there. Why not buy a house? The total number of sales have increased almost every month throughout Metro Vancouver and the Fraser Valley in 2020. And if you compare those numbers to 2019, it's not even close. Home prices have risen by almost 6% if you look at all residential properties compared to that of 2019. So what have been the buyer trends of 2020? Well, I think a lot of people realize that they simply need more space after living through COVID-19. So detached properties have definitely seen an increase in sales and popularity. A lot of outlier areas such as the Sunshine Coast, Squamish, and even the Okanagan have seen more people move into those areas and out of the highly dense areas that's found within the city. So what's going to happen in 2021? Back in the spring, the Canadian Mortgage Housing Corporation, or CMHC, made an unprecedented announcement saying that home prices across Canada were going to fall by as much as 20% this year. There were also echoes that the housing market was going to crash in 2020 because of the pandemic. Neither of those happened. The real estate markets throughout Metro Vancouver and the Fraser Valley remain strong. Opportunities exist for both buyers and sellers that I see continuing as we move into 2021. Now, I don't have a crystal ball. We could very well be heading towards a recession or even depression-like magnitude because of all the spending that the governments have done. But if 2020 has taught us anything, it's important to have a plan and a plan B and maybe a plan C just in case. I'm Nicholas Chabros. For all the latest news and insights into the world of real estate, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.